All right, here we go. There we go. Okay, so we're in, doing our thing, and we're going to start today with, we're going to review the Carulli Study number 2. I want to check in with you guys about how it was feeling with doing all the triplets and all that stuff. Hi, Louise. So like I said, Katie's not going to be joining us on this, but hi, Katie. Hello. I hear you're going to watch us on the live stream, so there you go. Louise, how did it work out for you with the Carulli Study?
Yeah, I printed it out, and it's doing okay. I kind of sometimes forgetting the chord progression. Not the progression, but which
the picking pattern
on each chord. But I'm getting there.
So yeah, that's probably the only thing. I should have put that on that sheet too. Thinking about it, because I know that the arpeggio pattern's written on the other sheet that I did up, but I should have put it on this one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think it's like, when to go to the 4-4-2-1 instead of the 6-2-1 for like when you squish it down, this one you have to remember it.
But I think it's really, this method is really good because it kind of gets you away from the paper a little bit.
Well, my hope is that you can, have a few tunes that you can get memorized and you can play around with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a different way to do it. I don't think I've ever done it like that before with a classical piece. I'm looking at it on my monitor over there, and I'm like, it's kind of handy. All right, you guys, let's play through it. Hey, I'll do it two ways. I'll just play it while I'm looking at the music, and then I'll put the music up again and share it. So that way, it's a read-along adventure at first, if you want, and then a play-along adventure. You can have your coffee and relax. So as a review, just in case anyone's watching and they're like, what's going on? This is the Carulli Study number 2, and you can find it on my website, tinasmusic.ca, under Tuesday Guitar, because I'm not creative with titles for these groups in my Tuesday Guitar and Sunday Ukulele, but it works, you know which day it's on. All right, so here we go. I'll just say the picking pattern a couple of times and then come in. So it's going to be 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And then E switches to 6, 2, 1. E7. I love that tension. A minor. A7. B minor. And that's at 4. And then the short one, A minor, E, back to A minor, C with the 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, G7 using the 4, stretching to 6, C using the 5, fancy C using the 4, D minor, that's a fancy D minor, C/G, G7. I'm going to add my bass note in. I'm on that little piece of paper with the single notes now. You see, when I'm playing that, what I did was I kept my third finger down on that 3rd fret of the 5th string the whole time I did the fancy little run. So you could do it like this, option 1. 0, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, 2, 1. If you want to add in a bass note, that's where you tuck in that 3rd fret on the 5th string, the C there, and play 0, 1, 0, 3. See how I just put my baby finger there on that 3rd fret? So I could keep this one ringing out. go again to E, E7, A minor, A7, D minor, and then the short bar with A minor, so you use a 4, E with a 6, A minor, 5, 2, 1, 3, 2. There. Now I'll pull it up again so we can look at the chords. Sometimes it's nice just to hear it rather than see it on the screen and not watch my hands move. All right, so here we are again with it up on the screen, and that's at, just remember, if you do want to add in that bass note there on the little piece of paper, that 3rd fret, even if you keep it on for the first 3 notes, lift it, can add a lot of, just a little bit more, really, like harmony in there, right? Okay, so let's go for it again. Here we go. 5, 3, 2. No, wait. 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 5, 2, 1, 3, 2. Go. 5, 2, 1. So I'm on that A minor, E with 6, 2, 1, E7 on that top line, A minor on that top line, pivoting to that A7. Nice job, you guys. Next line with D minor, that's 4, 2, 1. A minor, 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, right to E with a 6. Back to A minor. To C on that second line. G7, but that's with the 4. Reaching to your 6 now, so you can do your 6. Good job, you guys. Bring it in for C. Fancy C, oops, fancy C with the 4th string. Fancy D minor with the 4th string again. Next line with C/G. G7. See, hear how I let it slow down and ring out a little bit? Now A minor. E7, now we're on that bottom line. A minor. 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, pivot to A7. Nice. A normal D minor. That 4. Okay, short with the A, oops, 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, E. Ready? Go. And Louise nailed the 5th fret bar chord. Yes! I forgot about that the first time, hey? Oh, it adds a lot though, eh? Bar across strings 1, 2, 3 on fret 5. Do a little wiggle. That's cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing that for a second there. And I gotta say, I was watching you guys' hands while I was playing. You're looking pretty good. That's really cool. I'm gonna be drinking coffee out of a straw for a year. Now I've realized how much I drink coffee. Oh well, whatever, keep drinking it. Adding in that bar chord at the end. Just remember, I like to do this, like a little wiggle there, and so I get a little vibrato on all 3 strings. That's what I'm doing when I do that. Okay, and if it's tricky for you to do it, I keep thinking about it. I keep my thumb where it's sitting on my guitar. It's almost opposite my fingertip. Really, if I didn't have my neck there, that's probably what you would see. And it's just a little wiggle. If you can get it, it sounds kind of cool. It takes a little bit to keep that pressure down on all the strings to get it, but it's fun to do. So that study, I would, you know what? I think you guys you're good with it from the looks of things. Any questions about it though, or any observations about switching from one chord to the other, like beyond trying to memorize the picking per chord? That'll come. But anything else?
For some reason, E to E7 is like, even though I only need 2 fingers on it, it's like my finger doesn't want to do it. I'm having the same kind of problem with doing the bass note, the 3rd fret at the 5th string, and being able to do the 1st fret with my 1st finger. Like,
oh, it's that finger independence. Yeah.
yeah, it just doesn't reach that far. Of course, this guitar has probably got the biggest neck of anything I've got, so maybe that's the problem.
It could be. With that E7, the transition from the E to the E7. See how I swung my hand in that way a little bit? I used the 1st fret there on that 3rd string was my pivot point, and I'm using my baby finger there, and I'm tucking everything up. That can help, or at least it does for me. And I swing my elbow right into my body to get that. Yeah, and sometimes you'll see when I play that my hand really gets up close to the neck, depending on what's going on. These bigger necked instruments, right? These classical guitars, we're playing a guitar versus a ukulele. I find that my hand moves a little differently, and I might need to get up there to accommodate that. So it could be too that you need to do the same sort of thing, tuck in your elbow, swing around a little bit, accommodate that baby finger. You'll see me do that too with where is it? Yeah, I think I tuck in my elbow a lot when I'm doing these changes. So from like A minor to A7. Not as much there, I guess, but I do, but lean a little bit more on that side to help me get it, because look at where my baby finger tends to land, right about the middle of the fret. So I tip a little bit to get it lined up a bit better. So I don't know if those tips help, but I know for me it's that physical movement. Something else that can help you guys too with just building that independence. There's a few things. I'm going to show you one that's looks kind of goofy, but I learned it when I was in college. I look embarrassed doing it. I'm like, ah. All right. So you got yourself a table. Here's my table. Do this with both hands. Right? Now try it with your fretting hand. And right, like it's this guy, isn't it? Right? So doing that can make a big difference. And then I was told to, it's like hand Pilates or something. Let's see if I can remember. That's hard on that one, eh? Oh, not gonna go. But you can practice that too. That'll build up some more finger independence. Don't do too much of it. Wear out your little hands. Another one that is good to do, okay, besides the little finger Pilates, is get on a fret. And here we go. I'm going to use frets 5, 6, 7 on my 6th string. That was my example. So I played and I laid and I kept my fingers down. You can go right across the strings. creeping. Doesn't have to be fast. The whole idea is find a fret where you're comfortable with that finger spread. And then lay down your fingers, creep across and lay down your fingers as you go. Be aware that your thumb will be moving to accommodate that, right? It's not going to stay necessarily in one place, like in the center of the neck or up here. Let your thumb move with you to accommodate those changes, okay? Let it come right along with you where it needs to go. When you're confident, laying down all 4 fingers, then what you want to do is mix it up. Rather than going 1, 2, 3, 4, flip those numbers around. I would recommend starting with 1 every time, but you might want to try something like 1, 3, 2, 4. 1, 3, 2, 4. 1, 3, 2, 4. Clearly, I'm not going to leave my 3rd finger laid down after I played it because I'm going back to my 2nd finger there. So the motion is 1, 3, 2. Leave the 2 down. 4. If this guy needs to come down to play the 4, that's totally cool. See how I'm moving along like that? Okay, so that's a good one. And what's going to start happening is you're going to build up some more finger strength. Play it on any fret you need to. Go up and down one string and do it. Move across. So you can go down or you can go like. Right, and then what happens, and don't push yourself with it. But as you go, see how I've got my, I try to get my fingers nice and close to the strings when I do that. They're not always going to be perfect. Just try, right? So those are some technical tips that I would suggest you play around with. But I say that's enough of that. I want to move on now. Because I could probably talk about technical stuff all day long. But it's about making music, right? So let's check out Morning Has Broken. What I'm going to do before I share it is I'm going to play it. Okay, and then we'll have a read-along adventure. We'll do level 1 with the melody only, and then I think we'll probably have time to talk about tucking in chords. Okay. So let me just, you know what, before I do that, I just got to take a quick little peek over, where am I? There I am. Okay, I'm good. All right. Here we go. Morning Has Broken, level 1, just a melody. You'll see me holding down some notes as I play, so you might want to just check that out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Rest, 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 or let it ring out. 1, 2, 3, a little vibrato. Okay, so that's level 1. So you'll see where what we're going to do is make sure we're really comfortable with the melody before we start tucking in chords. Things like vibrato can be nice to add. And level 2, adding chords. I'm going to play that one right off the bat too, so you guys can hear what I've got going on there. playing chords. Now I'm at the end of the third line. When we get to that third line, you'll see a 5 in brackets and an open. Decide where you want to play that note. You might go 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, little slide, or you might play it open. You might go 1. So when I do that, usually it indicates that you've got, oh, my puppy dog's moving. Usually indicates you've got 2 options for note placement. And then we're going to add more to it as we go. This is the start. Okay. Get this screen shared here. Okay, so first thing we've got to do is check out what's going on here with the chords. Okay, so you can see that as we go, there's a lot of C chords in here, and you may find that you wind up laying down your fingers, like in this first bar here, 3, 2, 0. Keep your fingers down as you play them, and it lets the harmony of the C chord just ring out right then and there. It's pretty handy. And you'll see it in other places as well, like the C on line 2 there that I'm highlighting, 0, 2, 3. Okay. And again there, so second line, third line. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to play it and just take it nice and easy. I've got the notes written in as well in this copy in case you want to take a look at the notation if you're familiar with it or want to compare the two. So I'll go nice and slow. We'll count to 3 and then we go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now the 3 on the second string. 1, 2, 3 under the G. 0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 0, 2. I'm going to stop there. I just want to talk about this rhythm right here under the G. Okay, so that O there, that's a dotted quarter note. And that's why I did a little snap of my fingers there. So the rhythm, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So you have that same rhythm that comes back in line 2 under the C there that I've highlighted, as well as the beginning of line 4 at the bottom. So it's that same rhythm, different notes, but the same rhythm. Okay, so I'm going to carry on now with line 2, R7 there under the C. 1, 2, 3, 3, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3 under the F with 2, 1, 2. Here comes that rhythm again. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Next line. 0, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 0, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4 string open there. 1, 2, 3. Last line. 1, 2, and 3. 0, 2, 3, 2, 3. 0, 2, 0, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I've got the rests written in there, these blank bars. So at the end of line 2 and at the end of line 4, really, you're going to wind up playing a C chord there. You're going to strum it, you're going to do a little arpeggio there, something there. Okay, so although it indicates a rest, really I've put that in there just so that it's a bit of a placeholder for that C chord. Now I'm going to play the melody again, the way I like to play it, without the chords or anything added, just a melody, okay? 1, 2. Hear that little glissando there, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So So some vibrato, a few light hammer-ons, eh? Just something to decorate the melody. Okay, here comes line 3. I love sliding up to that 5th fret that I've got written in that 2nd page. Something else that I tend to do that I didn't write in here, but True Confessions, line 3, under the F there. I like to play that 1 on the line below on the 5th fret. Okay, so that would be string 3, fret 5, because I like to slide up to it. So you can have fun with these things, right? 1, 2, 3, back to 2. So play around with it, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. I'm playing that last line again. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3. Usually, what I do to fill in a little bit with this, if I want to step out past the just playing the melody on those rests there, I would probably do 1, 2, 3, just a little strum on my C chord there. Or if I feel like I want to change it around, I might pluck strings, just keeping that C chord down, pluck strings 5, 4, and maybe strings 1 and 2 together, or strings 1, 2, and 3. And I'll demonstrate that for you guys. I'll stop sharing that. Yeah, I might do that. Okay, I'll stop sharing. I'll show you what I'm mumbling about over here on my screen. All right, here we go. Things I talked about there. So line 2, where I'm doing that little slide up to the 5th fret, I might go like this. Oh, sorry, that's line 3. Here we go. Line 3, sliding up to the 5th fret. O, 2, O. I might do that instead. Okay. So that's that one there. But with the chords where the rests are, I might very well just do this. I'll play from the beginning of line 2. 1, 2, 3. Little hammer on there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Something like that, where I go like 5, 4, and then see how I've got my fingers lined up there on strings 1, 2, and 3. Just a little pluck. Okay. Play around with it though. I mean, you've got those 3 beats that you can do what you want with. Usually when I play songs like this, I'll play through it once as a melody, just by itself, and then play through it again and add the chords, so I add in different voices as I go. Now I'm going to go back through that 2nd page, level 2. And we'll talk about those chords. I've got them all written as tab. I don't have them written as chord charts. So it can be a little bit trickier to read, but let's go through. Actually, before I play that, let's just review some chords, okay? Your A minor from that Carulli Study, okay? Ukulele D minor, guitar A minor, and just strum from the 5th string down. Okay. Guitar D, ukulele G, guitar D. The G chord that I have written, there's not a whole lot to it, but let's play the full-on G chord. So we're just kind of getting ourselves wrapped around this. So I've got if I was to play the whole thing, I've got my 3rd fret on the 1st string, reach into the 2nd fret on string 5, middle finger down here on the 3rd fret of string 6. I can tell you the part I'm playing for that though is going to be much tinier. It's going to be string 6 and strings 2 and 3. That's all I'm doing. So it's a cheater G. See, I've just got one finger down. The F shape that I'm looking at on that 2nd page is not your classic F chord. It's a variation because I want to keep the melody on top, so you guys will hear that when I'm doing it. So I've got the fret will show, or the tab will show fret 2 on string 3 and frets 3 on string 4 and string 5. So 2, 3, 3. And that's where I'm just going to pluck strings 5, 4, 3. And then a little C chord. So let's give it a full C sound again, just so you can totally hear it. You'll have lots of little plucky bits here. And what other chord have we got in there? We've got a D minor in there, which we also did in the Carulli study. So 1 on the 1st string, 3 on the 2nd string, 2 on the 3rd string. Guitar, D minor, ukulele, G minor. I'm going to pull up that level 2 there. So I mentioned those chords, right, and wanted to do a quick review of them because of how I've taken in the melody mostly where it rings out for 3 beats. That's where I've added in the chord shapes. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and just play line 1. Nice and slow. So I've got my melody notes at the beginning. 3, 2, oh, I'm going to make my A minor, and I'm just going to pluck strings 5, 3, 2, 5, 4, 3, 2 with my fingers and thumb. Okay. You could strum down to string 2 if you wanted as well. And then for my D, I've got just a partial D. So 4th string open, 2nd fret on string 3, 3rd fret on string 2. Again, I'm just going to pluck it. And then I usually use my 3rd finger on that 3rd fret. And I get strings 2 and 3 together there as well. So I'm plucking those 3 notes. And then 2, oh, and you can hear I'm letting that 3rd note ring out. Right, keeping it down while I play the 2, oh. If you can do that too, that's awesome. And if you can't, it's okay. This voicing of the F, it's actually an F/C chord is what's going on there. If you want to get very, very formal with it. That's the 2nd fret, there's that melody note, right? So we're just putting in a little bit of harmony under that. So the 2 is the melody, 3, 3 is the harmony under that. And then from there, I go to my C. I'm going to show you guys how I pivot from that chord to the other. I'm going to stop sharing just so you can see that again. Okay, so here I am. I've made my F like that. Okay, middle finger on the A, baby, and 3rd finger there. Now watch how I go from there to my C. See how I kept my 3rd finger down? Okay, so I'm using that 3rd finger as an anchor so I don't have to move my hand away. And that can be tricky at first, right? But there's little connectors in there. All right, I'll share the screen again. Okay, so we've talked about line 1. Okay, now I'm going to go through and talk about line 2. And check it out. There's that C chord, the 0, 2, 3 that I played at the end of line 1. Going to that fancy little F, so that 3rd finger can be used again as an anchor. Oh, I bet you could keep it down there too. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to start beginning of line 2, play my melody. 3, 0, 2, make that little tiny C chord, 3, 2, 0. And now I'm going to pivot into that F. Keep my third finger down there on the 5th string if I can. 2, 3. Third finger still down there on that 5th string, and I'm going to play that and the 3rd string open. 2, 3, 3. Give a little strum on the C chord there if you want. Oh my gosh, I can still keep my 3rd finger down. Look at that, it's right back there. Well, that's handy. So 3 and 3rd string open, pinching it. A little bit more of a fuller F chord here. 1, 2, 3 on strings 2, 3, 4. Lay them all down, give it a pluck. 2, 3, and then just a little tiny, right? Little dyad here, a 2-note chord. 2, 3. Back to your 5th string, 3rd fret, and your 3rd string open. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to take the 4th string open this time. 1, 2, because it gives my hand a little bit of a break, because I've been keeping my finger locked into my 3rd finger locked into a lot of positions there. So sometimes just hitting an open string feels kind of nice, right? 1, 2, 3. Now the last line there. 2 and 3 together. 1, 2, and now that little tiny C chord again. 3, 2, 0. 2, 3. Pivot to my F. 3, 3, 2. 2, 3. 6 string 3rd fret, and 4th string open. Back to the 3rd fret on the 5th string, and a little strum. Okay. So I'm going to play through that all again, nice and slow. Hit the chord bits where you can, and if you say to yourself, okay, I am not ready to make that A minor all the way, then you take the top note and the bottom note. 1, then your 5th string open. That's kind of a standard kind of thing that you could do all the way through this. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, oh, make your A minor and pluck. 2, 3, and now to your D with the notes 3, 2, 0. 2, 3, 3rd fret of your 6th string and strings 2 and 3 open. To your F shape there. 2, 3, pivot to your C. 2, 3, 2nd line there now. 3, 0, 2, 3, 2, 0, 0. On the next line, 2. Your next bar under the F now. 2, 3, 3. 3 on the 3rd string open. 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Next line. 1, 2, 3 there. 2, 3, and then 2 and 3. 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. 4th string open. 2, 3. Last line there. 2, 3, 2, 3, 3. 2, 3. How'd you guys do? Some of the chords can be a little bit crampy, but I'm going to stop sharing and let's just check in. How did it feel?
I need to print it and make it a little bigger.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're probably
I was-
looking at it
I
on
was
the screen.
like squinting, But I love it. It sounds awesome.
It's so much fun to play. You know, the whole idea there though is you add notes as you want, and maybe you say to yourself, okay, well, I don't really want all three of those notes with that F chord. Maybe you say I just like the melody note and the third fret of the fourth string. That's okay. You know, take out notes if you don't care for them. Just keep the melody there. That's all that really matters, right? Melody is so important. The harmony adds so much, but you want to make it something that you want it to be too. So I'm going to play level 2 again. We'll just kind of relax with it. I'll play it and then bring it up again. So it's a listening time and then a play along adventure. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. When I get going, like there's going to be more that we do to it to add in bass notes and fill it out, but not today. That would just be too much. So carrying on like that, like we'll add more and keep those other beats going, but to start, melody's paramount. Once you're really comfortable with the melody, then do the part where we're adding in chords. And then I mean, you heard what I did. I was plucking a bass note on beats 1, 2, and 3. That's what I was doing. Sometimes repeating the bass notes, sometimes changing them, depending on what I was working with in terms of my chords. Let's I'll pull it up again and we'll start with just a straight up melody and then adding the chords. And then we can sit outside at sunrise and play this and just hang out. It'll feel so good. Sorry, I had to have a sip of my coffee there. Okay, here we go. Just the melody. Add in little hammer-ons, vibrato, whatever you want to do. I'll try to just keep it fairly straightforward. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Third fret. 2, 3. Oh, 2, oh, 2, 2, 3. Next line. 3, oh, 2, oh, 2, 3, 2. Oh, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Next line. Oh, 2, oh, 1, 2, 3, 2, oh, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Right at the end of that third line. 2, 3. Last line. 2, oh, 2, oh, 2, oh, 2, oh, 3, 2, 3. Now, let's just scroll along to the next one there. The little bit of the chord I did at the end of that one was just the strings 1, 2, 3 of the C chords. So first string open, second string first fret, and third string open is all I did at the end melody there. All right, level 2, adding in some chords. Let's go for it again. A little slower maybe. 1, 2, 3. Melody. 3, 2. Oh, make your A minor chord shape and pluck all those inside strings. 2, 3. Moving to your D shape. Plucking strings 2, 3, 4. 2. Under the G, hitting that 3rd fret of the 6th string. 2, 3, 3 for the F. 1, 2, 3, and now the C chord at the end of that line. 2, 3, next line with melody notes. 3, 2, little chunk of that C chord, strings 5, 4, 3. 2, 3, pivoting to that F chord with 3, 3, 2. 2, back to that little 3rd fret of the 5th string, 3rd string open. 2, 3, 3 on your 5th string. Let it ring out or hit a little bit of your C chord. Okay, you guys ready for the next line? Looks like it. Here we go. 5th string, 3rd fret there. Oh, your F chord is a 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3 now. Under the C on line 3. The 3 by itself. 1, 2, 3. Under the D minor, choose where you want to play your note. 2. Under the C on the last line there, 2 and 3. 2, make the little C chord. 2, the 2, 3, 3 for the F. 3, now you play that 6th string, 3rd fret, 4th string open. 3. Hey, you guys look like you're doing okay there. Okay. I was looking at moving everything up an octave too. So up an octave means, here's one octave, C and C. And I thought, well, I might play around with the melody and move everything up. So it's so I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah. I thought that might be kind of fun to play around with too. So we'll see. We'll see how much time I have to do all these arrangements. But I thought that would be kind of neat. Sometimes just playing around with having the notes sit at one level and then move everything up, like I say, up an octave, can just open everything up a lot. It can be really fun. So thoughts? Any observations about any issues that you've got right off the bat? Any challenges or nothing? You guys are just playing. Feels good, doesn't it? Just to be able to sit and play. Yeah, it's pretty nice. So Julie and Louise, you guys printed off your music, and Laurel, you still got to print it off, eh? Or look at it on a bigger screen.
Yeah, I can't do it till I get home. I'm going home this weekend, so
Oh, you have a backlog of stuff to print off, eh?
I don't have a printer where I am.
What do you do, eh? You just go with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I feel pretty good about that, you guys. That's pretty nice. I see smiles, so that's always a good indicator, hey? All right, so my plan is to add more to Morning Has Broken, but you could also sit there. This is the thing, like if you're playing with someone else, you can take that melody, that first page there. You got someone else that knows those chords, right? you can get them to, now it's in 3/4 time. So let's talk about a little finger picky pattern that you might like to show them. Okay, so if they're on guitar, oh, sorry. That might work out. So that's 5, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3 is what I'm doing there. 5, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3. Let me write it down on the whiteboard so that you got a picture of it in the live stream. 5, 3, 2, 3, and then just the bass note would change depending on what chord you're doing, right? You could keep the 3, 2, 3, 1, 3 part going along. I'll give you guys some different ideas. I mean, that's a pretty complex finger picking pattern. I just think it sounds pretty. Because the song's in 3/4 time, you could have like 3 quarter notes to ring out, or turn them all into eighth notes, right? So for your A minor and C chords, you'd be using the 5, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, D minor, and G if you want to. You could use the 4, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, and then G, or if you decided to use a G7 there instead, then you could use the 6, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3. Okay, so those are, I'll make sure they're sitting right here on the recording for you guys. So those options. I'll just hold it here for a minute so you guys can take a look at it. And it's kind of nice to, I feel like it kind of draws in with the Carulli ideas there, right? But if you say to yourself, oh my gosh, that's really busy, then you might want to do something like this. You might want to do whatever the bass note is. So like with the 5, 3, 1, and 2, just like that. Boom, cha, cha, boom, chick, chick. And that can be really beautiful too. The song doesn't have to be super, super complex, but depends on what you want to do. So 5, 3, 1, and 2. And the 1 and 2, I would pluck with these 2 fingers. Use my index finger on the 3rd fret. So then you'd have 4, 3, 1 and 2, and 6, 3, 1 and 2, A minor, C, all the D's, D minor, G. And I mentioned before, like you could do a G here. I say that because sometimes it can be hard to make the full chord when you're moving along quickly, right? So you could do it down here too. Sound perfectly spectacular. That could be really a lot of fun. I'm just looking at my music and thinking about what else would I do? But it's probably, I've got another one too, but I mean, it starts to become a lot to look at. So this is the last one I'm going to put on. Okay, so this would be another arpeggio idea, and it would just be like 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? Kind of like going back to the full plant idea. Da, 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 yeah. 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, or 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Pick one you like, basically. This is the glory because you guys have been doing this stuff with me for a while now, so you can really feel like you've got more freedom to think about things, figure out what you like. Oh, Finn, just hang on. Finn's getting ready to take off. Just hang on, okay, buddy? Just hang on. Yeah, oh, yes, you're good. So I'll hold this up back here again a little bit so we've got it all on the screen there. And handy thing is that it'll be right at the end of the live stream, so it'll be easy to find. So this is just added bonus stuff, right? If you got someone that wants to play with you, maybe show them one of these picking patterns. Or you want to just sit and play the chords and pick them, right? Oh, it's so much fun. And of course, those are just some ideas. I mean, possibilities are endless, right? Okay, so I'm going to stop my live stream now. Oh, it's probably good timing. Oh, Finn's gone back to sleep. Look. Oh, you're a good boy, aren't you? Are you good? Yeah? He's not really asleep. He's just monitoring me and waiting for me to move. Oh, it's okay. You're a good boy. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Nope, too tired. Oh, there you go. Yes, good boy. All right, now that I've fed him, yeah, I know. Okay, I'll end the